What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world today. Welcome to Storytime Slots. Are slot machines totally random, like everybody says they are? Like the experts, like the slot techs say they are? Is each spin independent of each other? Does a player card have anything to do about this? All these questions we're going to talk about today. As somebody that plays the slots, as somebody that's, had his fair share, spinning those machines, getting mad, getting happy, frustrated, excited, anticipating all the spins. Man, I can't ignore my observations, and chime in the comments if you feel the same way. Chime in, because this is a very important talk. By the way, cheers. Man. Nice dark brew coffee. So, I was watching a video from the Gamble Smart channel, Marc, and I remember the other gentleman's name, Dave. David, what's up, David? And they were talking about this, and they were saying a lot of interesting things about this topic, where the slot manufacturers, the casinos, it's all regulated. They'll get in trouble. Everything is so independent. Everything is just, every spin is independent from each other. The player card has nothing to do with it, just the points. Everything is just totally random. Before I say what I'm about to say, I'm going to say this, which is, I hope so. For your sake, for my sake, for everybody's sake playing the slots for fun, I hope so. Okay? I want that. I want that fair game. I want to sit down. Doesn't matter if you're the biggest person at the casino playing the biggest slots, donating the most money, or somebody that goes in there with a small budget. I want you to have the fairest possible chance at hitting those jackpots like that big player. Right? Like that person that donates to the casino thousands of dollars. But I want that, because that's just, I hope that's the way things are in reality. But in this video, I'm going to talk about my observations over the years, especially playing the new stuff, the new Dragon Links, all these new games that we enjoy playing. And also at the end of the video, I'm going to get into why I play these newer games versus the older ones that people still play. And video poker comes to mind. Why don't you play video poker? We're going to get into that on the second part of this video. But first, my observations. Man, over the years, I've played slots a lot. Okay? I've observed a lot. And it's hard to ignore what I've observed. Do you remember that experiment that I did a while back with my free play versus a buddy's free play that plays a lot more than I do, gets higher free plays? Well, 10 out of 10 tries, putting in the same free play amount, same machine, my buddy that plays more scored a better overall result than I did. Got bigger bonuses. 10 out of 10 tries. Okay. Question. If it's totally random, then why was it 10 out of 10 he scored better than I did? My bonuses were small. We were playing the same bet amounts, putting in the same amount of free play, but I just couldn't get big bonuses, and he got some nice bonuses. Again, that could be totally random too. And let me tell you something. He donates more to the casino than I do. So what am I supposed to take away from that observation? That's just one example. Second example. I've always said this, and again, people can not agree with me or think I'm smoking some kind of crack or whatever, but it's hard to refute my observation where the amount of money that I lose, at the casino reflects the amount of jackpots or the amount of money that they give me back. Meaning the hand pays, the bonuses. I've observed that. Where somebody that I know plays bigger than I do, donates more money, but they're always frequently getting minis, majors, minors, and I'm not. And with me, it's like pulling teeth because I don't donate as much money. The more money you donate to the casinos, it's like a grading scale. I believe that, because it's hard to refute the observations over the years. And again, man, I hope it's totally random. But if it's totally random, then why can't the results prove me wrong from time to time? That's all I'm asking. So, that's all I'm asking, man. A couple of other observations that are important to make note. Why certain days where you go, and I've noticed this, especially on the days that I've taken a leave of absence from the casino, from a particular casino, but the next day I return, I get good results. Wow, look at these results I'm getting. Look at these bonuses. There is no near misses. 2 flags come on Golden Century, the third pops up. I change machines, I go to another machine, I get bonuses. Wow, I'm winning money. Every turn I make, I can't lose. I'm winning money every single time. There are days like that. Have you ever had days like that where you can't lose? It's like one day I remember me playing the slots. I was winning so many times that I started laughing. I'm like, dude, what's going on here? Perfect example of this is that video that I produced 1 month ago, where I hit that hand pay and I just couldn't lose, and I was just hitting it left and right. Why is that? And then certain days we go in there, which is majority of the time, we can't even buy a bonus. The machines are dead. Whatever you try, it just loss after loss after loss. A stark contrast from the day that I went after taking a leave of absence and hitting bonuses, winning jackpots. Like, it's just crazy how these results roll in, and it's time after time. It's the same thing I've observed. It's math. I count all the money that I donated to the casino, and I count all the jackpots, hand pays, whatever, and it comes out right. Why, when certain people take a bigger budget, the results are just totally different from the get-go? I'm not saying, he took a $10,000 budget, that's why he has more ammo to spin. No. I've observed the person that does donate more hits these bigger jackpots right from the get-go. And player's card, whatever, you can point your finger to whatever reasoning you have. I just observed this, and it's hard to ignore. With all due respect, Marc and Dave, and by the way, Marc and Dave, I think you guys are doing a great job. I love your channel, love the live streams, love everybody's communication over there, and the crowd that you're building there, the audience. It's just hard to accept the fact that everything is totally random. There's days where you go, you can't buy a bonus, but certain days, it's like, man, you're winning. It's like bonus after bonus. What's going on here, man? Is there a switch that they turn on and off? Is there a switch? So it feels that way, doesn't it? It just feels that way. And every single result that every single time I play, it's the same way. Where the days that I'm on. The days that I'm off, you can't even buy anything, man. You look around, it's like you change machines, it's like Damn. Somebody else comes, sits, hits what you were after, couple spins in. And you got to say, damn, that, like, am I pressing the button wrong? Is my timing totally off? Are they profiling me with the card? Yeah. You know, it's in the nature of the beast. You know, you're sitting there for hours and you can't buy a bonus, loss after loss after loss. Somebody else comes, sits down, second spin in, they hit the jackpot that you wanted. How is that? You know, and I'll say this, you know, it's I get it, you know. Everything, it might be totally random. Everything might be totally random. However, it's crazy to me that you try everything in your powers. You change machines, you alter the time of the spin, you change denominations, and you can't, doesn't work. And then randomly somebody comes and sits down and boom. Like, it's weird. I was gonna say that if I had this thing all figured out, like, slot machines are a thing where we're just trying to figure things out and we can't. They've designed this game so good that anything you try, anything you think about, any strategy you think about, you think you figured it out, but you just, they're so unpredictable. Slots are so unpredictable, results are vary so much that it's just hard to figure out. You can try every kind of strategy in the book, changing denoms, ladder betting, $5 method, whatever. You think you have it figured out, but hey, these things are so sophisticated. Player's card, I totally believe in that thing, man. I totally believe in player profile. And again, I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope everything is random for our sake. But it's just hard to refute the result. It's hard to refute the observation that I'm making here, playing slots for many, many years. Also, I've noticed differences in casino to casino. Like, for example, when I go to Vegas, the orb amounts are a little different. When I go to an Indian reservation, the bonus frequency is a little different. Just this, the machine is set up a little differently, and I feel it as I'm playing. I feel the differences as I'm playing. Do you guys feel the differences? The bonus, the way the bonus comes, the frequency, the amounts, the orb amounts. Man, Vegas is a little different, especially on the Strip. Casinos on the Strip, very different than what I've observed at Indian reservations. Very, very different, you know. Couple of times I went to Vegas, things were so damn tight in Vegas. It's like when you go to Indian reservation, you feel like, wow, breath of fresh air sometimes, because I'm hitting the minis sometimes. I'm hitting the minors. Not all the time. Like, you know, not all the time. But these observations, like I said, slot techs, people that are in the industry or whatever, if it is totally random, they can think this video is crazy, and it might be crazy, but I'm just giving you my observations and what I've observed over the years playing these games. Okay, over the years playing these games. Now, how can it be? Why player's card? That's a mystery to me. How, if what I say is true, what kind of level of sophistication does the system have to profile you while you're playing? To profile you, you know? For example, I'm going to give this guy a jackpot today. You know, I'm going to give this guy because he's donated $5,000. I'll tell you right now, and I've said this, they know exactly to the T how much you won, how much you lost on the visit. I called my host one day after losing some money, and I called when I was hosted, and right away she knew that, hey, you're up, or she said you're up the week by the exact dollar amount. It's crazy how they right away they know these numbers, man. Right away, man. That player card is crazy. The stats that it records, the amount of spins, how long you play a session, all these kind of things are recorded. What games you play, what section of the casino, man. Like, there's been days where I went to a new game that I've never played, got 5 flag bonus. You saw it, Caribbean Stud, Caribbean Gold, and then the next day I got totally destroyed, and the following day I got totally destroyed on the same slot machine. Again, man. Again, it can be totally random, sure. I hope it is. But, I'm just giving you my observations. I'm just raising the question. Is there some kind of manipulation involved where it's way beyond what we think? Way beyond what we think, the system. Because, people talk about how regulated things are and they'll get in trouble and they have it's against the law. But it's not against the law to turn up a machine and turn down the machine. It's not against the law, and I've heard this many times from casinos and people that are in the know, that they do turn up things and turn down things. And they can actually do it on the fly. They can actually do it section by section. I heard somebody tell me that. An ex-casino employee tell me that. You'd be surprised at the level of sophistication. And I totally believe it. Again, this is a total observation. I'm not a casino employee. I don't work for the casino. I've never have. I don't know anybody in the industry that's like making these machines or anything like that. I'm just giving you my observation straight from a slot player's point of view. Straight from a slot player's point of view. Slots are a thing where it's not like poker, guys, where if you have some skill, there's a procedure where you can make money all the time. No, man. The results are so different. You'll be foolish to go in there thinking you're going to make money every single time on slots. You'll be foolish. You're in for a rude awakening going in there thinking you're going to make money. But there are things that we can do to minimize the damage sometimes. There's a lot of stupid things we do that we lack discipline. For example, knowing when we're up, knowing when to move, knowing when to get up, knowing when to go home, taking a profit, being disciplined, knowing, the profit is small, but I'm going to leave with a profit. We don't do those things. We don't practice those things. So we hurt ourselves in the process all the time. We get hurt. We get in each other's way so many times. I've talked about this on nauseam in this channel, where we're up, we decided to go home, that's it, we get up, we're on our way out, but we're going to try another machine for a couple of $100. We sit there and what happens? We dump all our money. We got on each other's way. We got on our way, our own way. Okay? The gambling kicks in, we start playing more, we want that money back, we start chasing it, and then before we know it, we're back to square one, or even worse, we're digging in now. We were almost out the door. So there are things that we do that mess it up, Sure, we want to have fun. Sure, we want to see bonuses. Sure, we want to continue playing. I don't want to stop playing. I'm here to have fun. I just got here. Whatever the reasoning is. A lot of things go through our minds playing the slots. We're there. It's a hard obstacle to conquer, go through. This maze is so tricky that we need to block out all the temptations. We need to block out all the noise, the fun, the screaming, the bonus rounds, the big orbs, the getting influenced by other players, getting their big numbers, and you want to hit that same thing. You want to hit that jackpot. It's coming now. It's coming. I gotta play this thing. I don't want to get up. I donated too much money into this machine. I can't get up. There's so much money I put into this machine that I don't want somebody else coming, sitting down and taking all my money out of it. It's a hard maze, man. These kind of hurdles we go through every single time we play. These mind tricks, these mind games we we think about, it's hard. The butterflies in our stomachs when we enter the casino, the lights, the smells, the service. It's a fun environment, man. If you had unlimited resources, it's a fun thing to do, but it's tricky. It's hard. Um, the way things go in this new age of slot machines, it's like we find ourselves not lasting as much, not lasting as long. The budget goes away fast. We end up losing a lot of money. The budget, thinking about how many visits we take to the casino, and all these things, we think about. So I'm going to talk to you guys about why I play what I play. I am excited when I play new games. When I play games that I like with bonus rounds and all these features and the what ifs on that triple lantern game on Hot Pots, getting that triple lantern bonus on a high bet amount, spinning that wheel. What if it lands? What if it lands on a major? What if it lands on a grand? It could happen. It could land on a grand when you're spinning that wheel. What if I get a triple pop? These what ifs influence us to play these games. These bonus rounds are so fun. The Dragon Link 6 orbs. All of a sudden you get big orbs. All of a sudden you get 4 flags, 3 flags. You keep re-triggering. You get all these wilds on the screen. Ranga comes all the way down from the beginning to the end. The doors open up. All the doors pop up. We see the spins. We root for orbs in the doors, like the moons. When I used to play Tiki Fire, I am so pissed off at that game. But when I used to play Tiki Fire, I was so hooked on Tiki Fire. I was so hooked on those 3 volcanoes coming and those ×2 multipliers, those sounds, those tikis. They're fun games. Princess Pearl or Mermaid Pearl, Mystic Pearl, something like that. Another Lightning Link game that I just love playing. I used to play that game a lot. Never was hooked on Heartthrob. I find like Heartthrob was not ever good to me. But believe it or not, there was a time in my high rolling days where I was playing more Lightning Link than Dragon Link. I was there. The machine I would go and sit on was Tiki Fire. Man, I had some really crazy times on that Tiki Fire machine. But games like the Hot Pots, and you know what? I talk shit about Huff and Puff. I talk shit about that slot machine so many times. I don't think I've actually gave it a real fair shake because the results were just bad for me. I don't think I've had like a dedicated session on Huff and Even More Puff than I would like to. I think that game is super fun. I think that game, when you hit mansion bonus, when you hit a super mansion, when you hit those kind of things, are super duper fun. And I'm trying to think if I've ever gotten a major in that. Have I ever gotten a major? I think one time I landed a major in Vegas. Was that a mansion bonus? I don't remember, but I got a hand pay on that game one time. And that game is super fun. As a slot player, I like all the features. Now you might be thinking, that's where you go wrong, Vahagan. Why don't you play video poker? Why don't you play low volatile machines, 3-reel, Wheel of Fortune, bonus times. Oh, bonus times. Don't get me started with bonus times. But games like that, why don't you play that? Why are you playing these new high volatile machines? Go, if you want to win money, play video poker. Sure, that element is cool, but I just don't. There's an element of fun that I like with these newer games, these newer features. the mummies that haven't been good to me, but I kind of like those games. I like the fact that, hey, you can get a mummy running across any random second and boom, like you're in the bonus. There's a new Monopoly game I want to try. Monopoly Bucks or something like that. It's kind of like a mummy game. Things like that, they excite me. I have fun playing those kind of games, that I don't have fun playing 3 real. Sure, the winning money is fun. You know what? I'm gonna try to play some low volatile games too. That being said, yeah, a new era for me. I'm gonna go in there, play some fun, have some fun. Stick to a budget. There we go. Stick to a budget. And sorry, I just got a call. I got messed up. Stick with the budget. See what I can do. Have fun, man. We got to start having fun again. I gotta work on being positive. I gotta work on staying positive. You walk into the casino, you're so positive, you're so like excited, the butterflies, and then when you start losing, it's like, oh man, what the hell? You're getting all pissed off. So that's why I play those games. That's why I enjoy those games. There are games, and I got to do a better job at this, where you guys let me know in the comments, why don't you ever play Dancing Drums? You got to try that. All right, I got to play that. There's a couple of other games that I want to try, like the honey version of the Lantern, Hot Pots Honey or whatever it is. I want to try that. Super high volatile. The games that I've seen on YouTube with other slot influencers play, I didn't like the results. It was kind of hard. But things of that nature, So that's why I do what I do. That's why I play what I play. Yeah, and I'll end it with this, guys. Start having fun. I mean, I gotta start having fun again. I gotta start enjoying myself again responsibly. I haven't been going much. I haven't been playing much. That's why you never see slot videos on my channel as of late. But I'm in a good space right now. I'm feeling great. Been super busy working and doing these things, and I got a lot of things I'm involved in. But I still enjoy playing the slots, no matter how hard they are, no matter how frustrating they are. Guys, I have a gambling mind. Like, I get frustrated when I play. The true emotions come out when I play. Oh man, why couldn't you give me this? Oh man, why couldn't you give me this bonus? Like, one flag away, one this away. Like, it's just the name of the game for me. That's just the name of the game. And I get emotional when I play. For me, slot machines are an emotional roller coaster. You might be technical, you might be like, mathematical, and you have technical, you have strategies, and you have this budget, and you have all these things. But at the end of the day, we're all doing the same thing. We're just pushing a button. We're pushing a button, looking at the screen, and hopefully we land a bonus. We land a bonus round, right? I bring the emotional element into my channel all the time. Instead, versus like the strategies and the methods, and I'm more emotional when I play. And that's 9 out of 10 people. They get emotional when they play. I'm just like you and me, man. I'm just like you guys. When I play. So I hope for the best. Swing for the fences sometimes. But, it's August 2026. What is it? The 14th? I can't believe it. 24th. It's in 12 days. It's going to be 1 year since I launched this channel, Storytime Slots. In 12 days, it's going to be 1 full calendar year. Done a lot, said a lot, played a lot, learned a lot, met a lot of nice people, talked with a lot of people in the comment section, met some people at the casino that watch my videos. In a year, I think that I've done some good things on this thing. I've produced a lot of content, and I've just basically in generally, I've had fun. I've had fun. I think I caused a stir in the community for a year. For a year's time, I think I kind of made my mark in this slot community in a good way or a bad way, depending on how you look at it. Produced a lot of videos, raised a lot of questions, brought awareness to a lot of things. We've done a lot here, guys. We've done a lot here. Things to be proud of, you and me. Read a lot of your stories. So a lot's been done here. A lot's been said. So I'm looking forward to whatever this journey of Storytime Slots brings me moving forward. Brings me moving forward. Still haven't made a single dollar on sponsorships. I still outside of the AdSense, the clicks, from YouTube. I've sold one merch. I don't even offer merch. I made a single dollar from any outside sources I've been offered, but just haven't been the right fit so far. So, who knows what happens? The ideal situation is for me is to go and play the slots responsibly. Bring awareness to responsible gambling, of course. Playing the slots, recording a session costs money. Making content costs money. Hopefully, in the future, I can be so fortunate enough, like many others in this space, to find the perfect fit when it comes to a sponsorship deal where it can be less, damaging to my finances. But hey, you know what? I'm not looking for it. I'm not doing anything that, I need a sponsor. If it happens, it happens. If I don't, then I'm still gonna create content and I'm gonna try to change things up a little bit on Storytime Slots. I always do. That's my motto. I always throw a lot of things against the wall and see what sticks. And I have a big sample size, and I have a lot of experience making gambling content, where I kind of can gauge what people want to see, what people enjoy. Of course, my numbers and everybody's numbers are down, actually, except for the top channel. But it doesn't matter. For me, I'm not chasing those things. If it happens, it happens. So be it, right? But I met a lot of interesting people. I met a lot of people that are in the industry. Met a lot of people that are in the influencer slot space. Talked with a lot of people. So this year has been crazy. I'm gonna make a dedicated 1-year video. Storytime Slots. I'm gonna do that. It's in the works. I'm planning it out. But hasn't been 1 year yet. So, all right, guys. Sayonara. We'll see you guys later. I'm just telling you that I gotta go in there. I gotta have some fun again. I gotta go in there and I gotta have some fun again, man. I miss playing the slots. I miss playing. I miss recording content, man. For me, I'm the happiest when I'm hitting bonuses. Sa rock and roll, laughing and meeting all you wonderful people at the casinos. Just having a good time. I miss that. I just miss that. Miss doing that. Miss making those kind of videos. So, but always bringing awareness, always shining a light to the pitfalls of gambling, and showing you guys games, what to play, what not to play, what I think about, from an emotional, everyday, regular Joe, slot enthusiast, player, ex-high roller, whatever. That's about it. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to me. Have a good day, evening, morning. If you go to the casino this weekend, good luck. And enjoy yourself. All right? Enjoy yourself. Have a beer. Take it easy. Take a deep breath. Enjoy your environment. Look around. Don't be so in a rush. We're always in a rush to gamble, blah, 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 But no. Take it easy, man. Take it easy. Enjoy every moment in life. All right? And gamble responsibly. I'll see you guys later. And remember, the most important thing that we all can do, win or lose, is rock and roll. We'll see you later.